what you need to do to understand the internal market movements before the open. We've got it right here for you.
There's so much you got to look at the open. You're talking what happened overnight at Asia if you're looking at the U.S. markets. Where are the futures opening up? What is the VIX doing? How is oil, the U.S. dollar? There's a million indicators out there, and sometimes you got to figure out, okay, well, what am I supposed to narrow in on to see what the true market sentiment is or where I should be paying attention? Well, first things first, if you're gapped, like a situation today where the market was up 3%, you've got the mags up about 4 or 5, some of those, and you've got 10% moves in some tech names, you really want to narrow down what is the key thing that has moved the most. And in a particular case tonight, it was oil prices overnight, which had absolutely tanked at one point, almost 20% on Brent. You were 15% down when we were looking at it when we sat down in the morning, and you've got this massive gap. So that's your leader. That's your anchor. This is where you're going to start to key on if you're trading anything that is going to follow the futures or react in a sentiment change. And you can very clearly see as we gap down, the theme had continued all morning long. The theme had continued to trend down. So all systems go, market strong, and you saw that reflected in the morning as we trended down. The key thing to keep in mind here is if this is now your leading indicator, your futures, that you've decided it's going to be important for us to follow, and you did it all pre-market, you want to see what happens when things change. And we were even talking about it this morning, almost a big-time consolidation as things just condensed. When the biggest mover set up and was ready to explode, this was the moment where you could engage in trades. Futures went absolutely in the tank after that. Strong names got weak. It was USO that led the way from that little condensation to a quick breakout, and the volatility opens up about 2.5 to 3 points. Almost immediately. All morning it took to do that range. The second it broke out of it, you had a monster move. Why? Because you know that oil futures, whether it's a story, they were going to lead the way and provide the biggest opportunity just by scanning everything else that had happened overnight and seeing what was leading the market in the morning. Headline driven for sure, but you knew this was going to be your anchor.
Super important right there, because as you line up your morning trades, you need to understand what is happening in the outside world, right? Not just that. The example today, of course, is USO. I mean, that was an awesome move in oil, but you also want to look at what is the dollar doing? What are yields doing, right? What is the overall trend in the market that morning? Potentially what has happened overnight in the Asian markets? What's happening in Europe as well? Major economic macro headlines definitely leading the way, and a great example there from Neil. Let's go back to him. Let's wrap this thing up. But remember, it's the market internals that matter. What's happening outside is a very, very key factor. Not just the stocks that you're picking, it's why are you picking them, what direction, and what is the setup looking like?
Exactly, and to the point they're just talking about, you could have been trading the metals, and if you trade the metals, maybe you care more about the U.S. dollar. If you were trading the Qs, if you were trading anything that was tech, then you cared that the second you looked strong in USO, everything else looked weak. And a perfect example is, cherry pick the strongest name on the session at the time, which was up double digits, and that was Intel. Guess what time this was? It makes its high, it was barcoding at that high, exactly when USO turned is when you got that curl. Everything started to fall, whether it was strong or not. That's how you prove, or that's the proof that it was the most important indicator. Because anything, almost everything that had been trending higher, in that moment when USO turned up, they pulled back. It didn't care that it had independent strength, didn't care that it was squeezing. And if you can do the homework of going through all of those, whether it's, like you said, whether it's the dollar, whether it's silver, whether it's the metals, whether it's the VIX, in this case it was USO, and oil futures, if you can narrow down which is the most important, then you can pounce at the right moment when the tides turn in that leading indicator, and then you'll have some great trading opportunities with precise entries.
It's like you've entered a room without reading it. You got to make sure that you understand the tea leaves, read them, understand the market internals, pick your stocks based on that, and get going. That's another lesson of the day for you right there.